Hey everybody, Jeremy up here at Cowtown. I want to give you a little walkthrough on a boat that we actually don't even have built yet, but this is a 1960 Semi-V Legend SS. Now this is one of our bass boat models. This has become one of our most popular models as well. You know, this is going to be a boat that we're going to be running some bigger horsepower on, anywhere from generally 140 to 150 horsepower all the way to 300. So very popular model. This is probably one of our best fishing model of boats that we offer. Like I said, it does have the Semi-V. It does have your spot for your trolling motor. It is pre-wired for a 12, 24, or 36 volt trolling motor. It does have a trim switch, 12 volt, and also has your running light wiring up here. Now coming back into the deck a little bit, this boat does has a recessed trolling motor pedal. So right there, that's a huge benefit for guys that are going to be on the trolling motor for 6-8 hours a day, tournament fishing. A lot more comfortable. You're not chasing the pedal all over the deck. Big option that's been real popular for us. With this being a bass boat, over here on the port side of the boat, it does have a live well. Sizable live well that is roughly 27 inches long, 8 inches deep and 8 inches wide. So it's got a large front live well. Whether or not you're using it for a bait well, whether you're going to fill it up with water whenever you're running by yourself to offset a little bit of weight in the front of the boat. So I mean, there's a lot of different options you can use that front live well for. The rest of the deck is all going to be dry storage. With that being said, they do have drip rails. So what I calling a drip rail is going to be a rail that goes all the way around our dry storage boxes. So water gets in, and then we've got a tube that runs underneath the subfloor. So it's going to keep these things 90% dry, other than some condensation that you may get from the weather. Now they do have a seat base underneath the carpet in the front for your seating. Like I said, this boat's not built yet, so I can't show you all the seats. It comes standard with the driver and passenger seat, then comes with 2 more fold-over seats that you can either put up on the decks or and on the floor of the boat underneath the flipping deck. So we'll come back a little bit. This boat does have a side storage box here in front of the console. This is not a rod box, it is just a storage box. The port side does have a rod locker. You know, that's going to accommodate your 7.5 foot long rods. It does have rod tubes that run the length of the boat as well. So you can keep everything organized a little bit better. It's not just a box that you're throwing all your stuff in and pulling it out in a big rat's nest. A huge feature for this boat is this flipping deck. Now this is removable. So if you're going to be packing people, coolers, dogs, whatever, you're not going to be fishing real hard out of it, you can take this deck out. It does have 2 seat bases in the floor. So you can pack, you know, 5 people very comfortably in this boat. And if you're going to go out, you're going to go fishing, you can install this flipping deck right back, flip it up. It's got a seat base on the top. You can fish 3 people nicely out of this boat as well. Coming back a little bit to the console. We do have the bass boat style console. It does have your switch panel with your navigation lights, bilge pump, aerator pump, and does have an accessory switch as well. It's got a couple holes right here. This top hole would be for a speedometer, a gauge style stereo system. Then we have got our fuel gauge over here. 30-gallon built-in aluminum fuel cell is what this boat will get. Doesn't have it in there yet, but and then we've got our gauge package for your tachometer. This particular setup has an Evinrude tack in here. I think we're actually probably going to build this boat and throw a Mercury on the back of it, but we offer Mercury, Suzuki, and Evinrude, so there's kind of a good variation of engines that you can put on the back of these boats. They do have a safety Helm steering as well, so you don't feel the torque from the engine coming up to the steering wheel. Let off the steering wheel, it's not going to put you straight into the bank. So huge benefit right there. Anybody can drive it at that point. You know, makes it a lot easier for the ease of use, I guess. We do have storage here. Driver's side and passenger side have dry storage. You get in this boat and it does have a center cooler. So it's got a great option there. You want to pack some sandwiches, throw you some bottles of water, whatever you want to pack in there, you've got it. It is insulated, just like the live wells. Get back to our rear deck here. They do have insulated live wells. That is 40 inches long. It is 12 inches wide and 12 inches deep. Aerated, divided live well. So very good feature we've got there. We've got our rear deck back here. You know, you guys are kind of seeing a boat here. Whenever we get it, this is what they look like before we build them. We don't have anything installed yet, no fuel tank, no nothing. But this boat does have, as far as structure goes, You know, it's got our longer corner gussets, 30+ inch welded corner gussets, double walled gunnel rails. So the weight of the engines on the back of this boat it's going to be heavy. You know, you start getting into 250, 300 horsepower engines, you start to get some weight that's going to be bouncing on the back of this thing going up and down a highway or gravel roads. So that's what those corner gussets are for. That's going to relieve any kind of stress it would put on the sides or the back of the boat. Then we get to our knee bracing. The knee braces wrap around the transom, so they are a full welded knee brace. You know, we don't get any kind of issues with that because we tie them into the rear deck. It's welded. The transom, it's welded. Back of the transom, it's welded. And then it goes to the bottom of the boat and it's welded. It's actually welded to our longitudinal runners that we put underneath the subfloor. They run the length of the boat is the way they run. We also do our horizontal cross members. So it's almost like a checkerboard pattern because we've got forward and we've got sideways. So what that does is it prevents any kind of cavitation marks. You know, you see a lot of boats out there, you know, after a year, a couple years, you know, the water hits the bottom of that boat, pushes that aluminum up in between the ribs, causes cavitation marks, which causes the boat to cavitate, which in turn loses performance. Not a whole lot you can do about it after it's done. With these longitudinal runners, we do this so we don't have that issue. Makes the boat a lot stronger, a lot better shape. You know, we just don't have to worry about it. With that being said, we do all that structure to this boat and we offer a lifetime warranty with it. So I mean, if there's a weld on the back that cracks, we'll fix it. You know, we just simply don't have very many issues out of them because of the way they're built. So that's a huge benefit for the customer. For us, you know, it's great to have something with a lifetime warranty. You know, there's a reason that people call these things legends. They do a great job. They've been great for us for 20+ years. So guys, if you have any questions at all on a 1960V or any of our other boats, by all means give us a call, 573-885-6300.